almost back together.
We're gonna swap out the throttle body. Stock one's 52. We're gonna go to this BBK 58. So you can see the difference in the two. A little bit bigger. So, but you got to pull off some of the parts. You know, we're gonna have the throttle position over here. We got to pull off. Stick it on. This other guy, I don't know what this is. Cooling line. So we'll swap it all out. But we gotta clean it first because it's pretty cruddy. So I'm gonna use carburetor cleaner. Good stuff. Not so good of a spray though. And this is the wife's toothbrush, not mine. So. And at some point I'll time lapse this because I want to watch me scrub this with a toothbrush. You can see it's actually got a hole in it. So, interesting. There we go. Gonna throw it on the car next. All right, putting this on here. It's probably not the last time it's going on and coming off, but it'll just make me feel better seeing it a little farther along. It'll help motivate me to keep working on it. So going on for now. Plus I can figure out where the rest of this stuff goes. I don't know. Maybe, come on. Like I said, this is more motivation than final assembly because I got to figure out the plug situation, plug off these lines, some new caps, but there we go. That was today's work, wrapping up the front of the engine. And we can finish up the harnesses. I'm assuming that's the throttle position sensor. That's this sensor. So not sure what this one is. I'm sure we'll figure that out. We'll get it further along. So we're wrapping up. The only thing we got left to do is make some spark plug wires. And then we're pretty much ready to try and fire this off, but we got to cut them to length and put them together and all that kind of stuff. So what's kind of cool, you know, they got one end done already. They actually number them. I thought it was pretty neat. Look at that. See if I can show it. There it is. They're numbered. You got to kind of fit them to length. So we'll go in here and put it on, cut it to length, and then we'll crimp the ends and put it on. So we did 2. I got 6 more to do. We'll see how long that takes. And we should be most of the way done with putting stuff together. So we'll see. All right. I measured it out, just put it on the spark plug, put it up to the coil, just kind of match it up, and then just wire cutters cut the end off. Now I got to slip the boot on, that boot, and then we'll strip the end and crimp it. And I will admit, I thought it'd be 2 seconds to put these together. It's kind of a pain in the butt trying to get the wire through, get it stripped, get it crimped. So I've been cheating a little bit with a little grease. I think you're supposed to use MSD's, you know, electrical grease that's probably doesn't break anything down. I don't know. I'm just using some sprayed lithium grease because that's what I got. So we'll fish this guy through. All right. So after you do that, then MSD has this little crimping tool with a measurement block. You stick the wire in here. It's just a scrap piece, but you stick the wire in here, line it up to the crimp type if it's a single crimp or a double crimp, and then take a razor blade, hold it on there, and give it a spin, and it'll cut the insulation, and you can pull it out, and you can cut the insulation so you get that rubber insulation off the back, and there's some other kind of fabric insulation in the center here. Then you can peel that back, and then expose the core. So we get that stripped. We take the metal. So one thing they say is roll the edges, so you can see it's, you know, kind of a U shape. They want you to roll these edges over a little bit to help bite into the wire. Well, there it is. So now we're gonna we'll take the lead, bend it over the top, and then we're going to go on top of it with our terminal. Alright, there we go. So now that we got it just pushed on, it'll go in this little crimping lock. You can see it here. We'll load it in here and then put it in the vise and squeeze it. So we give it a little help to close it up a little bit before we even start with some pliers. And then we'll load it in this lock, and you can see it's got these two little tabs that sit in the vise. And then you just crank the crap out of it until it crimps it. All right, there we go. Get out of there. Fully crimped. You can see it's biting in there pretty good. Hopefully they don't pull off, and then just gotta slide the boot back up so the terminal is back inside the boot, and we'll go put it on. This is for plug number 6. This heat resistant sleeve on the couple of these plug wires by the master cylinder that kind of wrap around the header a lot more. Put that on before I put the boot and all the other good stuff. Still gotta grease it like everything else. So all we got left to do now is top off the fluids. No water in the radiator. I gotta tighten up some exhaust bolts on the mufflers and rehang those. I think put my dust shield on under the torque converter, and then double check some bolts. I know I didn't Loctite anything when I was putting this throttle body together, so I gotta go back and do that. And I still got a couple of wires. I don't know what they are. This guy here hiding in the back. Oops, hiding in the back. That guy. I got this one, which you used to run to the old distributor. I think you abandoned this. And otherwise, I think I got everything else accounted for on the motor. So maybe the next time I'm videoing, it'll be this thing cranking. hopefully starting, but at least cranking.